Good evening and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen Workshop. It is August 29th, 2024, and it is 6:30 p.m. The prayer on Tuesday night will be by myself. The Pledge of Allegiance will be with Alderwoman Haas. Everyone should have a copy of the minutes from the August 6th workshop and the August 8th regular meeting. And then on Tuesday night, we will have a presentation of the Fire Station 41 grand opening plaque for Alderwoman Hobbs. And then we had no one sign up for the public comment period. Tuesday night, we will have the departmental reports. And then we have old business, second reading, 2024-13. An ordinance to amend Title 20, Chapter 4 of the Vergne Municipal Code regarding public records. And we discussed this last month. This is adding in for our new electronic portal just for you and updating some provisions in there. Does anyone have any questions? Moving on to number 6, second reading ordinance 2024-14, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2023-2024 general fund budget. This has multiple items including wages and salaries, some overlap for staffing transition, and then professional services increases with the property tax appraisal fees. Does anyone have any questions? There's a few other items in here for IT with cell phones and some of the, and City Hall with the insurance with PIP and other improvements that carry over from Path Streetlight project. Anyone have any questions? Moving on to number 7, second reading ordinance 2024-15, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2024-2025 general fund budget. This is in regards to the NICE logging recorder for the police dispatch system. So again, this is second reading. We already approved moving forward with NICE radio recorder, but this is the budget amendment for that. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, moving on to approve or reject city bids and purchases. First, we've got the bid for the asphalt paving and materials, and this is we've received 2 bids. The recommendation was to accept the bid from Hawkins Paving, and if you don't mind me asking, Mr. Dietz, if you could step up here for just a moment and just go through what this will be for.
Yes, sir. This is just to, have a contractor nailed down that will provide paving for us throughout the city. As you all know, we're still working on our pavement management program. Once that's complete, hopefully coming up in the next 2 to 3 months, we will have a list of roads that we want to start paving for this fiscal year, in which Hawkins and Price will work on. They're just a contractor that can do jobs that we cannot do in-house.
And we've worked with them before.
We have been on contract with Hawkins the last 3 years, and we have a great partnership with them. They've been really easy to work with and has done a good job.
Wonderful. Does anyone have any questions related to this to Michael? Thank you.
Thanks.
Moving on to number 2, sole source purchase, magnetic forensic gray key software. And this is related as far as for use with our CBI. Chief, do you want to talk about this? See you leaning forward.
Sure. This is a very important piece of software that will enable our detective bureau to conduct forensic investigations into various different electronic devices. When it comes to doing these types of investigations, oftentimes it's important to do them quickly and thoroughly, and the fact that TBI does so many for so many different jurisdictions across the state of Tennessee, it causes a undue delay in our investigations. So by getting this software, we'll be better equipped to handle those investigations in-house and bring those cases to resolution.
And this works as far as with electronic mobile devices and the encryption with them.
Correct.
Okay. Everyone has a cell phone these days, so this can come in handy. Any questions? Moving on to number 3, Sourcewell contract to purchase a front loader for the water and sewer departments. This is pretty straightforward. This is a front loader. It is the price is $170,252, and total budgeted for this year is $170,000 even. So shouldn't be a problem as far as working out that $252. Does anyone have any questions? Seeing none, we're going to move on to number 4, Sourcewell contract, asphalt compactation roller for the street department. Again, this is just like it sounds. The total price for this is $50,134, and we budgeted $50,000. So that, again, shouldn't be an issue with coming up with the extra $134. Does anyone have any questions?
Just real quick, are these items on back order? Will these items, once they're ordered, be on back order like the vehicles and stuff? Or
No.
do you expect them to come in this fiscal year?
Yes, ma'am. Everything that we have on the agenda tonight, we expect to come in shortly after it's approved.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deeds.
That's a switch.
That's why I asked the question.
It's not police vehicles. Usually those are on back order. So number 5, state contract purchase, a wheel saw trencher for the water department. This one, the price is $31,987, and we budgeted $32 for that. So that is taken care of. And this is going to replace an existing wheel saw trencher that they have. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, moving on to sole source purchase, 2 muffin monster grinders for the Hollandale sewer lift station. And so there is a 10-week lead time on delivery for these, and it is the total price is $173,900, which we did budget for this at $175,000. So this is in the budget. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, what is that?
What is it? Well, Dietz, do you want to come up and just explain?
It's a monster grinder for Halloween.
Am I the only one that don't know what that is?
No, sir. And great question. If you all may recall, we actually purchased a couple of these for Fergus Road Pump Station last fiscal year, and we've seen great results. But essentially what it is it's 2 big grinding wheels, and it cuts up all the solids and junk and nasty stuff that's in sewer before it gets to the lift station. We've actually seen where we've been able to reduce how much pumping out of the lift station we have to do because the solids build up. So we will save cost in that area as well as wear and tear on the pumps, obviously. So we've had great results. These was actually in this station prior to me starting with the city in 2009, and for some reason somebody pulled them out. But after we seen the results with Fergus Road, we want to get them back in because it's been very successful.
In years past, we've had a lot of maintenance trouble out of that Hollandale pump station facility there.
Yes, sir. Yep, we've had some issues over the years, not recently. So
And you see the Muffin Monster as the solution.
I do. Yep.
Okay. That's the name of these, Muffin Monster grinders.
There's never a for sure guaranteed solution, but it will certainly help with cutting down on the solids that come into the station.
Does anyone else have any questions? Thank you. Moving on to B, approved professional service agreement with JMT Incorporated for the right-of-way acquisition consulting services for the South Waldron Road widening project. And again, this is just like it sounds. It's the right-of-way acquisition process. The ceiling for this is $1.4 million. Money's part of approved streets capital project for the South Waldron Road widening, and we have a representative here for that organization if anyone's got any questions.
Yeah, I'd just like to know exactly where we at with that. I've had a couple of the people out there ask me about where they've been out and been visited, and apparently offers have been made for the property.
Probably Blair West. Probably Blair West.
There's 2 projects going on. One of them is the Blair Road extension, And that is where we got to tie Blair Road back around to Carruthers, which is a critical part of getting a detour so we can build the Waldron Road widening efficiently. And then the Waldron Road's following about a year behind it. So the offers have been going in, we're in process with that and actually writing some checks and buying the easements and right-of-way for Blair Road extension and just about to start that process. So right now, the Reagan Smith, the design consultant, is preparing the legal exhibits and legal descriptions that Ms. Dameron and her firm JMT are going to be using to negotiate with the people. So we're expecting those to come in within the next 2 months. We wanted to have them on board so they could just shoot right in as soon as those come in. So it's going to be it's 3 phases. We're trying to get the first phase of Waldron Road, which is the farthest end down by the school, under construction hopefully in next fiscal year, but not at the beginning, in next fiscal year.
And there's been some scuttlebutt about whether or not we're going to try and decide the number of lanes that is put in.
Well, that's part of the design of the
That's what I mean.
engineer
Is that
design.
that's going to be part of that design, and then we will make that decision, or?
The design was set some time ago, so we are
Right.
proceeding with the design. So to the best of my knowledge and belief, that decision has been made. We're putting in a 5-lane section with a center turn lane.
Okay, that's I didn't know. I didn't know if we had determined if we was going to do 3 or 5.
That's essentially from 24 to Lake, and then is it 3 from Lake to Rock Springs
5.
Road? And that's
It tapers down, that's about right, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
okay.
So 5 from the,
5 from the interstate to Lake Road.
okay, and then 3 from Lake Road to Rock Springs.
And we stop right around the bridge, Rock
Right.
Springs
Yes.
Bridge.
That's the bridge they just widened, and they put up the red light out.
Right, but they've still got to fix the guardrail, and we got some right-of-way things
Yes.
to work out, so we're in process.
We run into about the same thing when we widen from 24 to Murfreesboro Road, dealing with the companies and stuff on the right-of-ways. And a lot of the like Circle K, we could never get a permanent and companies, so we had stuff on city had to condemn right-of-ways. Ultimate domain. And that's a lot of your out-of-state corporations. You just can't get an answer on them. But
Out-of-state corporations and mortgage companies and the time delays associated with both of those things do force eminent domain a lot, so we are.
we were
anticipating
still
that.
dealing with, we were still dealing with a lot of that even 3 years after the project was pretty well
Yes, sir.
done. We were still dealing with
And this will be
The
a very
closure
similar
of that.
project, yes, sir.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Moving on to C, approve amendment number 1 to the clinic share agreement between Premise Health Employer Services, LLC, and the town of Smyrna, the city of Laverne, and Unipress USA. This is just an amendment to the agreement that we've got, and it's dated, the original one was dated for September of 2019 regarding the healthcare relationship. The city shares an employee clinic with the town of Smyrna. I'm sure everyone here has been to it at some point or another, but it's the city has that. The agreement changes the financial arrangement to a percentage of use agreement based on available appointments. So each municipality and user would be billed for the percentage of appointments in a given month. So rather than it just be a cut and dry amount, if we don't have anyone who goes there in 1 month, well, we're not billed for it. If we have everybody going and we're the only ones seen, then we're paying all of it. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? So D, approve proposal, sales agreement, and maintenance agreements with MTR and lease agreement with JEG Capital for the police department copy machine and the assistant city administrator copy machine. So this is pretty routine. We do copying agreements on a regular basis. It's just for their heavy-duty copying machines. Any questions? Okay, and E, approve amendment to agreement with Placer Labs for economic development services. Bruce, I know I got an updated email from them today, and I forwarded that over to you. Did you have a chance to review that to see if there were any changes from what they had previously sent over?
I did not, but I will be happy to do that.
Okay, just want to double check that nothing else is changing between the last version they sent over and this one they sent over today. But the cost of services next year with this agreement is $20,396, which this is a budgeted item with the economic development budget. Does anyone have any questions? Seeing none, we're going to move on to new business. Resolution 2024-21, a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare property owned by the city to be surplus to the city's needs and directing disposal of the same. And so this is items from the fire department. They've got multiple items that they don't need, and I believe we've got some monitors from the library as well. So these would be put on GovDeal to see if they purchased and go from there. Does anyone have any question? Number 10, Resolution 2024-22, a resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the Public Entity Partners Property Conservation Matching Grant Program. This is one we do almost every year. It's a 50-50 grant. It'll reimburse up to $5,000. It is for cameras to replace existing ones at the water treatment plant. So cameras and installation should be about $19,900, and then we should receive a full $5,000 reimbursement from PIP. Does anyone have any questions?
What do they do with the old ones, Danny? Any good?
Well, they would probably surplus them to the city's needs if they're the city cameras. But
To defer to
Glenn?
Glenn on that one.
Yeah, generally the contractor takes them back. They're not, and disposes of them. They're not compatible with any, especially ones that are as old as theirs. They're analog cameras. We can't use them. They'll just take them, dispose of them for us.
Any other questions? We're going to move on to Resolution 2024-23, a resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the Public Entity Partners Judy Housley Safety Partners Matching Grant. And then this is just another one of PIP's grants the city applies for each year. And then this one would be to purchase safety equipment for Public Works Department. There's basically TOSHA basic safety, some flagger safety, a bunch of different training materials for them, some hard hats, some safety vests, which I think Danny may have some extra ones for y'all if y'all need them.
That's right.
So
David would. David has the safety hats.
he's got the hats, but Danny's got the tiny vests. So you've got some rain jackets and other items. So the estimated cost for these are just under $7,400, and they're going to reimburse the city up to half of that cost. Does anyone have any questions on that? Next up, we have Resolution 2024-24, resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the HGAC Cooperative Purchasing Program. This is just another one of the purchasing programs that's out there, and we already participate with quite a few. This just allows the city to have access to some cost savings when purchasing different items. So we're able to look at these different cooperatives and groups out there to see who's got the best deal. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, next up we've got Resolution 2024-25, a resolution to donate a surplus fire prevention trailer to the city of Eagleville. And so we're kind of passing this trailer around, I think, because we got that in 2018 from Murfreesboro. and we've used it, and then it's just not practical for us to use at this point. So we've been talking with Eagleville. They're interested in utilizing it, doing some repairs to it. So this resolution will allow us to donate that to them. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, moving on to appoint and remove board or committee members. First off, we've got Beautification Arts and Advisory Committee. We have got one term vacant. We do not have any applicants at this time. So if you would like to apply, please feel free to do that. We're advertising this on Channel 3 and on social media. So, or you can just come down here to City Hall and fill out the form. Next up, we have the Laverne Industrial Development Board. We've got one term vacant. Kathy Tyson resigned last month, and we've been advertising this on social media and on Channel 3. We do have one applicant, Ross Howard, and that will, if we get any more, that will be added to the agenda for Tuesday night. If no one applies for the beautification, that will be removed. Moving on to mayor and alderman comments. Alderman Waldron.
Thank you. Today has been a high of 102 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be 99, but the humidity is going to be a whole lot higher. So be sure, if you're outside, stay hydrated, take in shade. Labor Day is just around the corner. Don't know what the weather's going to be, but hope everybody has a safe and enjoyable Labor Day. And check on the elderly. And make sure your pets has got ample shade and water. And just be safe and take care and watch out for the heat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Haas.
Everyone be safe over the long holiday weekend. See y'all on Tuesday.
Vice Mayor, no.
Carnival this weekend, opening weekend of college football. Hope everybody, I hope some people come out and enjoy the carnival and get some funnel cakes and candy apples. That's it.
That's it. Well, I want to reiterate the carnival is going on. I have heard that both our police and fire chief will be riding the Ring of Fire tomorrow night, and so
Nice.
should be lots of fun for them. Make sure to have a hearty meal beforehand, guys. Should be lots of fun. The carnival is going to run. It starts tonight and goes through Saturday. You've got armbands that can be purchased for today and tomorrow, but not for Saturday morning. There we go. And then we're going to have lots of fun with that. So swing by. Let's have some fun, Laverne. I hear we're going to have all kinds of people. Steve's going to have his funnel cake, and that's definitely going to be the highlight. We do have Labor Day, so please, everyone, be safe, and let's watch our speeds. I know everyone's we see the speed limit, and we drive sometimes 5 over, but just be a little bit more aware of it. You'll see more police out. We've now got our motorcycle units up, so let's be safe, guys. So thank you so much, and call this meeting adjourned.